Hey guys, welcome to the new video. So today we'll take a look on another free-for-all game in the Scouring, and this time we have a pretty nice game, 33 minutes, which is like the ideal time, I would say. Not too long, but it also doesn't end immediately. And I'm not actually sure if anyone will leave, but I don't think so, or maybe just one player, so we should also have a really decent amount of players. And also this will be the second player on this channel, where we have Soulskeeper once again, which is one of our players from the Armies of Exile community, so you probably know him. Then there are some other players you can see. I'm not gonna read the names because some of them I can't even read, but you can see them here. Okay, let's resume it and let's start the replay. We spawned on the right side of the map, once again playing as humans, and this time I actually decided to do a little bit different strategy. We are of course starting with peasants in our town hall as always, but at the same time I'm power building my barracks with 6 peasants at once, which is definitely pretty important because it will give me access to swordsmen really quickly. And then we are also making one farm with our peasant. Obviously I took a little bit of an inspiration from the game where I actually lost. It was the first game I lost where I got rushed by swordsmen. It wasn't this exact build order, but obviously I knew the strategy before. I just kinda I wasn't prepared for it in that particular game. But this time we are trying to optimize it a little bit more. So we are power building the barracks, as I said, with 6 peasants, making immediately one swordsman, queuing as many peasants as you can, and at the same time we are building farm with 3 peasants and starting second farm with 2 peasants at around 30 food remaining, and 3 peasants of course go to wood. So this is the build order I decided to go for. Obviously now we just spam swordsman, and we are already sending them to one of our enemies. I decided to go for this orange player, so my rally point is immediately there. He went for pretty standard opener. He actually didn't make sawmill, so he can't make archers, but he already has barracks, also one farm with 3 peasants. So not the best opener, but it's pretty okay. It's not like for example this player who doesn't even have barracks yet. The white player is struggling with food a lot, but at least he has sawmill already. Here we have Soulskeeper, who has logging camp and barracks, which is the alternative for the sawmill, so we can make archers as well. But he's also struggling with food a little bit. And then we have this teal player here, who also has pretty late barracks. But yeah, once I have 3 swordsmen here, I'm immediately bringing them here, and another one in the back where I bought 1 potion, which is really important. You can either wait a little bit longer, accumulate even more swordsmen and buy more potions for all of them. But instead I decided to actually go for a little bit more offense and just bring 1 more swordsman with the potion there. This swordsman is almost dead already, but he's at least wasting some peasants when trying to kill him. We definitely lost some units here, but the most important thing is that I can take out his soldiers. I also use the potion, and once we kill the soldiers, there is basically no way he can defeat me. Now we also leveled up both of these swordsmen, so now they are much stronger, and I'm already I'm not already bringing more units, but I will soon bring more units. And as you can see, I'm still able to basically kill all the soldiers he has. Now he has 2, I have 4. As I said, I have better levels, so this is really easy. If he brings his peasants, he probably still won't kill my units, and he would also stop his income, so that would basically make him lose anyways over time. For now I'm just mainly focusing the swordsman, trying to kill them as quickly as possible. Once I took them out, I'm just going for more peasants. He has 4 more swordsmen queued up in the barracks, but obviously he doesn't have any other production buildings, so this is pretty easy. I just used 2 swordsmen here to kill the enemy swordsman, also leveling them up still, and another swordsman. A few more swordsmen are here killing the peasants, so he basically took his whole base out. He's saying that he's playing for the 2nd time and he got wrecked again. Kinda unfortunate. Obviously I didn't know who that is and how many times he played, but this wasn't a bad opener, as I said. He did early barracks. I would start with archers. Of course I didn't start with archers in this game, but if I go for swordsmen then I'm gonna attack someone. If I want to play defensive, I definitely go for archers, or at least some combination. But this definitely wasn't too bad. He wasn't slow or anything. Here we see the red player already attacking with goblin archers on the teal player. Pressing him pretty heavily. So also some rush here. see if he can deal with that. This is definitely a really advantageous position to stand on the barracks, because you can shoot them directly while they have to shoot like above the barracks, which is less effective. Also, the red player is now not bringing more units. This is a big mistake. If he had actually rally point in this base, I think he would finish him now. But this way, the teal player will most likely be able to repel this, especially when there is the skeletons now. So even though he'll definitely get slowed down by a lot, I think he could have easily died here. Obviously I'm making some units at home in the meantime while finishing this guy to get some more resources, experience, and we are also going for second barracks now for faster production and also some better defense if needed. He escaped with a few peasants, but I don't think he's in the resources, so he shouldn't be able to recover. Yeah, he doesn't have resources for a base, and also it's during the night, everything is protected. There is just no way he can live after this. Black player has like 8 swordsmen, he's defending at home. Wolves are attacking him now, but he should be fine. White player already has an expansion, so definitely a really good move. This is how I would usually play it. You get expansion really quickly, you make some archers, play defensively, so this player definitely knows a little bit what he's doing at least. The guy starts struggling a little bit with the skeletons after getting harassed by the archers, but he should be also fine. Yeah, this is definitely not good. I don't even think he has bows. He's just keeping the workers on the barracks, and also he's starving a lot. I'm not sure why he is not on these farms, it's pretty safe. So this was definitely a small of a mistake, I would say, slowing him down. But he should recover quickly, he didn't really get attacked by anyone yet. Just struggled with the neutral enemies a little bit. Yeah, here you just micromanage the peasants a little bit so we don't lose any, but we just need to kill the skeletons mainly really soon. We have some food problems now as well, but I want to mainly make an expansion here. As you can see, I already have some peasants prepared. So instead of conquering some neutral base, which you can definitely get much quicker, and also you will have it closer to your main base, so it's easier to defend. So you can see this is basically one base, just with 2 incomes. But instead of doing that, which I do in most of games, I decided to conquer a real player and then get his expansion instead, which is of course, I mean his main base, which is of course harder, it takes longer, it's also a worse position. If someone takes me on home, at home, it would be much harder to actually get there with my army to defend, but it gives you major map control. Now I have access to another expansion here, extremely safely. Also I can still take this one, and I have much better vision around the map, so this is definitely really advantageous. Obviously this player could be aggressive towards this position, that would be a problem, but since these 2 positions are so close to each other and they have one expansion in between them, I was kinda confident that they will fight each other. Potentially this player could attack me as well, but this player usually also attacks on this side in most cases, so this worked quite fine. The black player is now trying to push a little bit on the white archers, but I don't think the swordsman will have too much chance. They have some potions here, so they will probably survive for a while. They also have decent levels, but I think the white player should be able to deal with them. Also the black player is not really sending any more reinforcements there. Finally going for sawmill as well. But yeah, we are also going for forts, so we can get some knights pretty quickly. Of course, making more and more farms. And now we see the teal player finally going for expansion as well, and the red player also has expansion now already established. So basically, player who is the most behind in terms of resources and expansions is the black player right now, who already conquered this on his way to the white base, or maybe the white player conquered this, I'm not sure. But the black player is not really taking it, he's also struggling with food a little bit. Now he is sending actually 1 swordsman into my expansion. I don't have any defense here, that was a small mistake. But I wanted to mainly take my army and clear all the neutral enemies that I can. Take another base, just overall create our macro and economy a little bit really quickly. The teal player also looks like he might be considering attacking on me. But to be honest, I have a really strong army, so that shouldn't be a problem. I have lots of levels on these swordsmen mainly. And I don't really have resources or potions now, but we should have so much resources from all these incomes that it should be really easy And even though the black player scouted me here, he didn't really bring more units because at the same time he got attacked by the white player and he actually surrendered. So I think I lost some peasants here, but I managed to kill the swordsman. And now this player is out, which is quite dangerous. Now the white player could continue this way, but if he's smart he will rather take the expansions. So we'll see what he decides to do. At this point I already have 4 bases, which is the strategy you want to do with this. If you rush someone, you don't really want to continue rushing other players, because maybe you will kill 2 or even 3 players, but then the other players that are left there will be so strong and you won't have any economy that you will just fall behind. So what you want to do is just kill someone, take his base, and then take both expansions from both of these bases. So you have 4 bases in total. And if you want to be really greedy, you can even take the middle, just for 5 bases in total. Now I just do this outpost, but now I'll also go kill the troll. It's just 3 resources for me. I'm tanking it with level 2 swordsman, which should be pretty much fine. Actually, he killed him. Okay, that was a little bit of a mistake, but yeah, 205 gold is still worth it. I just need to start producing some more peasants in all the bases, and since we have fort, I'm actually making smithy first, so we unlock cannons and also shields, and then we'll probably make stables, so we can also make some knights. Now I wanted to clear this tower for the last remaining neutral enemies on the map, but I found the field player here, so we will just deal with him. That's also not a problem. He was fighting me a little bit with archers, so I just decided to retreat and bring my archers in here. He already has knights actually, but he had this expansion much later, and also has only 1 expansion, so definitely be nowhere close to my resources. White player doing what I said, which is smart, going for the expansions here. Just 1 for now, but I am expecting him to take this base as well pretty soon, which will put him on 4 bases, same as I have. So that's definitely really good for him. He basically did the same thing I did. I just rushed my enemy basically immediately and killed him before the first night, while he just killed him after the first night and took his expansion first. But both options are definitely pretty okay. It's just a little bit different approach. I would say the archers are a little bit safer in the early game. Also the expansion when it's closer to your main base. But also we saw that the swordsmen are actually pretty strong in the early game as well. So probably doesn't really matter which strategy you decide to do. This is probably a little bit more toxic to charge someone with swordsmen immediately. But it doesn't really matter. You can definitely play both strategies here. Now the red player is definitely fighting here with the white player mainly. Unfortunately for him, the white player has 1 more base now. Not too many peasants there yet, but definitely pretty dangerous. Also he has more experience and resources from killing the enemy here. The red player also tried to kill the teal player, but he failed, so he didn't get as much of an advantage from it. And since these 2 players are fighting and this player is pretty weak, not a real danger for me, I can basically do whatever I want, yes. So I'm just developing my 4 bases, creating some infrastructure there, mainly barracks for defense and some more production options, making some farms there because it will be new protected areas. So I'm definitely utilizing that. As you can see, 3 farms here, and then I can also take the enemy farms a little bit later. And I also of course made sure I have both of the outposts, so we have some vision in the middle. I'm just accumulating my army here, and I decided to also take the expansion in the middle, as I said, because one was really attacking me, so just bringing 5 peasants immediately and going for some power building. Because I don't know that this is not taken, but I don't really need it. Yeah, to be honest, you don't need more than 4 bases at one time. Usually even 3 are enough. If you are fighting a lot, you will get lots of gold from that, and then you just want to allocate your peasants mainly to wood and food anyways. But it's just good to have the control of the map, have some more bases infrastructure all around the map. If they destroy 1 base, you don't really care, you just make peasants somewhere else or even move them if you have the time for that, and you are totally fine. So I just prefer to have maybe a base with just 3 or 4 peasants and have multiple of these bases, than just maybe having 2 or 3 with 10 or 15 peasants, but then you don't have any backup. If they destroy it, you don't have any more income, and if you run out of gold there, you also don't have anywhere to move your peasants to. But as you can see, I'm still having the main problems with wood right now. Okay, the teal player is playing pretty defensively now, preparing some knights, it's kinda expected. Seemed like that from the beginning that this would be the strategy he would go for. Now he's also going for smithy. He has one guard tower here, so I think he wants to place some cannons to maybe auto-protect himself from this side, and then he will maybe push against me. The white player actually maybe preparing for some attack because he brought his archers down from the towers, down from the barracks, on the ground, so potentially some push. Yeah, here I forgot to put my last archer on the barracks, but we should have some small defense in all of our bases now, so we should be at least okay against the neutral enemies during the night. We also finally have the stables, the smithy, and we are going for the castle upgrades, so we can also build church and unlock the heal ability. One minute I want to just add some knights to my army, so we have more diverse army, which is always good. Then it's much harder to counter it. White player is actually going for a push on the red player. He's utilizing cannon on the outpost to kill the archers, which is pretty smart. The red player also has cannons, but he's not using them at all. Now finally moving them, but that's a little bit too late. The white player also has lots of archers on the ground and a ton of swordsmen with shields up and also double potion, while also having double potion on all of the archers. So he's definitely absolutely decimating the red player's defense. He doesn't have any more units. I don't know how many resources he has. He has actually lots of gold, also decent amount of wood, so he should definitely be producing in all of his barracks, but to be honest, he doesn't even have too many production buildings. He has only 2 barracks, and one of them will probably fall now, so he will have big problems. I'm not sure if he'll be able to survive it, but fortunately for him, the white player is attacking during the night, and there is so many neutral enemies attacking him at home that he will most likely have to retreat, at least with his archers, as he's doing now. And we'll see if these swordsmen will be able to push this alone. They might be able to, because as I said, there is not too much defense from the red player, but there is still a cannon. Potentially, yeah, even some archers here hidden between the workers. So I think the white player might be pushed back. Also, some neutral enemies coming from the back on him. So yeah, he managed to establish his base, but he might have to retreat and try to push again. Maybe once the day starts. Also getting attacked by some neutral enemies here, but we don't really care about that. But yeah, the red player is still sitting on lots of resources. The white player also decent amount of gold, but basically no wood. And the teal player basically no resources. So the food is around 800, player 500, and white player 700. Obviously we have 1400 and also lots of gold, decent amount of food. We are totally okay, obviously, taking an advantage of the map control that we gained. We don't have to really push anything when we have such a big advantage in terms of the map control and macros, so I'm just utilizing this. There is just no reason to actually push into someone right now. I'm still getting experience and resources from the neutral kills, so during the night it definitely is totally okay to stay a little bit more passive. And then we'll see if we'll want to do something during the day. But now the teal player actually decided to go for a move. Also the white player is pushing there again on the red player, but this will be more interesting. He's pushed into me, and as you can see, he's immediately going for my economy, rushing on the peasants. I don't even know if I already researched the heal in the church, but maybe yes. And he started killing the peasants pretty quickly, so I just decided to take all of them, bring them on top of the castle. Unfortunately, I didn't have the bow upgrade yet, which was definitely a mistake. If I had it, I would have lots of extra damage now, which would be definitely really good. Unfortunately, I didn't have that, but I still wanted to save the peasants mainly. Immediately I'm starting producing in all of my town halls around the map, so we can quickly remake all of our peasants. That's another reason why you want to have so many bases, because then we have lots of town halls where you can quickly reproduce your peasants if they kill them somehow, somewhere. Because as you can see, obviously now I will run out of food immediately when I brought all of my peasants from the farms. So actually another reason to have expansions, so you can have your farms more spread around the map. So if someone rushes you there on the economy, you don't immediately lose everything, but just few. Obviously he rushed one on my main base, actually 2 bases at once, so he stopped the majority of my income. Now I have to redistribute all the peasants again manually. That's kinda annoying, but definitely still pretty okay. We just need to really quickly fix the food problem. I think I have the heal, so we should be able to heal our army even when it's starving like this with knights, and then we can just counter push him and probably really easily kill him and get more expansions, obviously, some extra resources, experience, and even more map control. The red player somehow managed to repel the white attack, not sure why. He has still so many units, but I guess he retreated for some reason. Now the red player is trying to capture this tower. Definitely not the best move. He doesn't really have anything to fight back. So he's just lurking the enemy back on him. But he has at least one cannon there. I'll probably bring the second one as well, but we'll see. White player also struggling with food a little bit, but he still managed to bring his knights in, though they are starving. He still managed to bring them on the cannon to kill him quickly. Definitely really important. Now we finish this barracks, so we can start producing in this building as well until it gets destroyed. And he can also place his archers on top of the barracks, which is definitely really good because they are a little bit protected at least, even though the swordsmen are already there, so he will definitely get swarmed pretty quickly. And he didn't even try to retreat or escape. Yeah, he just straight up died to the swordsman there. And now it really seems like he doesn't have any more units, any more ways of actually escaping his death here. He has lots of gold still, really a little amount of wood, but still usable. But I guess he just is already producing everywhere. He just should have. He's saying ores are useless, but he just should have made more production buildings. To be honest, obviously that costs lots of wood. It's 400 wood for one barracks. But with so much gold, he actually could have just taken maybe 5 more workers from gold and bring them to wood, make more production buildings, and quickly remake his army. But here we have another fight. Now the teal player attacking once again on me when I'm starving, so that's definitely a huge mistake from me, or I mean not mistake, but a problem. But I have much stronger army, so we still managed to push him back. He also was able to squeeze 2 knights into my base again, so he's killing few peasants here. But I'm already bringing my army, and we'll just kill him really quickly. And our economy doesn't even need to be recovered. Yeah, we lost 1 peasant here. Second one escaped on 4 HP, so overall we are pretty okay here. And I think I am on peasant cap again because we are not producing any more peasants anywhere. Yeah, this seems pretty okay. We have some more units in the middle. Here I have probably 3 groups, 1 for each type of units. Player is still somehow alive. Now he started spamming lots of cannons. Maybe he's actually considering an attack on the teal player because we haven't seen him for a while, so maybe he thinks that he is pretty weak and he can just kill him and take his expansions, which would help him in a fight against the white player. But let's see, this probably won't work too well. He's now trying to siege the enemy with the new siege ability on the cannons, which is actually quite good. Unfortunately, it's not too accurate, so as you can see, it'll take a while before he can actually destroy it. He's doing mainly damage to the tower, which is really big area. All the buildings are pretty big in this game, but the units are not really losing any HP here, which is actually good. It shouldn't be really strong against units, but it can siege the enemy through strategy. At the same time, I'm already pushing with my army, totally destroying him. Yeah, he doesn't have any chance. I blocked my swordsman with the shields, obviously. Knights utilizing heals all the time. We also have double potions on all the cavalry and also most swordsmen. I don't really have gold for potions for archers, but few of them also have at least 1 potion. Here are some cannons, but immediately going there with swordsmen on the towers and also targeting with archers. Some more archers in the back, another 2 cannons here. So we'll lose some units, but overall it should be a really easy push. We of course have our rally points here, bringing even more units from our bases. And overall we will just definitely easily push him, and then we can just take even more bases. Red player of course doesn't know that I'm pushing there, so he's still trying to push from this side. We met 2 archers there, but I think pretty soon he will see my units. Now he actually fired on one of my knights with his cannon. So of course I decided to go back, but now the teal player calls it GG. I'm not sure if he will leave immediately. Doesn't really matter, we will destroy everything anyways. Get as much value from it as we can, but obviously night is coming now, so we have to be really careful. Fortunately, I still kept my archers in my bases on top of the barracks here. I need to increase the amount a little bit more, maybe add another barracks here to protect it really well, but this is all a revealed area, so there shouldn't be any skeletons, and anything that comes from the front should be easily killed by the archers we have there. Also we have some more protection in other bases. If the white player actually attacked here with some knights, he could easily kill lots of my economy, and he even has some units here, but he was mainly fighting with the red player. We didn't really want to work another enemy on him. So this was actually pretty easy for me. Red player actually staying here with really strong defense with lots of cannons. But to be honest, I don't even think I will continue this way, we'll see. But mainly now I want to play a little bit more defensive. Because, as I said, the night started. We are on a really good food amount, but we are basically capped. So I need to make some farms first. And we also have lots of gold that we want to use for some potions. We'll also farm even more gold on the neutral enemies during the night. And also want to clear the map overall and get some peasants here and capture the bases. So lots of work to do, except just pushing someone. So definitely not really needed right now. The white player is also staying quite passive during the night. He has lots of archers everywhere right now. And then he has his melee army actually on this side, so potentially he might try to push against me, we'll see. People are saying that he is really weak. Unfortunately, he kept the cannons here. Didn't even bring his units there, so they are slowly dying to the skeletons. You can't really keep it like this, especially when there was that area where it was not really covered mainly by any cannon. But eventually he will just retreat with them, so they should be okay. Here he's gathering resources, but he didn't really care to make his town hall again. Probably just too scared that it will get destroyed once again by the white player. He probably wouldn't destroy it actually, because now he's playing really passively, but obviously the red player couldn't really know that. That is unfortunately one skeleton killing my peasants, but now I actually lured him into the range of my archers, so he didn't even kill the peasant, even though he brought him to like 20 HP. Obviously now we are bringing even more units. I think here I was struggling a little bit with the neutral enemies, because I had only 2 archers on top of the barracks. But I came with my main army. I also kept some archers here to cover this. And we are just trying to clear as many places on the map as we can. Now also more skeletons are coming from this side. It seems like there are 2 types of the skeletons. I haven't really studied them really at any time, but seems like these have like some kind of sword. And these ones have an axe. Also these guys have helmet. But both of them have 60 HP. I would guess that they also have same attack, so probably just a visual difference. Actually some preparation for an undead race or something like that. We will see what the devs will come up with in the future, but at least there is already some variety for the neutral enemies. Obviously those are only the skeletons, then you also have bandits and wolves, so on, so this is definitely already pretty decent amount of different units. Here we might have actually some problems. This is a huge area of no protection, so I would probably need to build some more barracks here in the middle later. Especially when I have so many farms here. This is like the perfect spot for some knights to attack here, or even munchers. But yeah, we seem pretty much fine. We are losing some peasants during the night, but we can immediately make them again. And if I will have some extra, I guess I'll take these bases pretty soon too. Red player are really spamming lots of cannons. Not even too many archers, just some warriors here with double potion and shields. And then just so many cannons. But at least he started spending his resources a little bit more effectively. He has around 1200 gold. Not gold, food. This guy 1600. But I have 2400, and now I'm going for my push. Obviously double potion on all of my units. He has some decent amount of swordsmen and knights here. Also the archers on the tower. And more archers on the barracks in the back. But there's just no chance you can defeat this. All of my units are really well leveled up. As I said, double potion, and I just have so many more of them. Even though he has decent amount of knights, maybe he has even more knights than I have. Even managed to right into my backline and attack on the archers there. But as I said, I have double potions everywhere, so even the archers will stay there for some time. And he doesn't even have any potions, or maybe one. These are not the most effective. And I have so many more units that we should really easily swarm him. I even brought some knights here in the back to kill some peasants. And at least also take care of the arrows from these archers on the barracks, because then they are ineffectively shooting those knights and my army is pretty much safe. Now we will bring some swordsmen here once we dealt with the main army, and here we will just focus some us. Since I could have moved my archers so they are shooting directly. This is not too effective, but I had some other things that I wanted to take care of. Now the red player also decided to move. He's even bringing the cannons, going for the siege mode. Trying to drop it here on my knights, but I don't think that will really do much. There were some swordsmen there who basically died immediately, even though they had shields. Also had some archers here, but those are also basically already dead, and now I just took my cavalry and rode immediately on those cannons, basically one-shotting them, so didn't really do much. If we actually captured this tower and placed them there, then I couldn't kill them with my knights. I would need to bring some other units, but he didn't really do that. Also, he could only squeeze there, I think, 2 cannons, so that also wouldn't help too much, but now, like this, it was even easier. Now I'm just spreading my army a little bit to take care of all the bases, while still keeping my main army here, mainly archers, so I can just fight from range, but also a few knights to deal with the cannons. Here also have some more units, I think we'll also scout this pretty soon. Actually, I will maybe not even take these bases, I really don't need them when I also took the middle. And I also upgraded to 4 here, so we have another tower there if needed. But as you can see, the red player has basically 0 units at this point. We'll see if we'll still manage to maybe make something. Yes, few archers, okay. Outside of that, I don't really see anything. And the white player also doesn't have too many units left. Just 1 knight here, 2 swordsmen. To just save his last base, even going for an upgrade to fort. Clear the base, I mean the expansion. The red player. Slowly just finish him. There's only 2 minutes left, so they will probably not surrender. We'll need to finish them, but obviously nothing more too interesting will be happening after this. It was like that one big push. Obviously we also did a decent attack on the teal player. That was also a nice fight. But this was probably the biggest battle that I did in this game. Just that small fight in the beginning with the orange player, obviously. We needed to do to take his bases. Well, overall I think I fought with everyone. Even the black player, he sent 1 swordsman to my expansion, but with all the other players I fought a little bit more, definitely. Seaber calls it GG, and it seems like he already left because his units went grey. Now we just need to finish the white player, who still seems like he thinks that he has a hope, because I wasn't here with any units here yet, and he's still producing, not leaving or anything. But now I'm already here with my units. We'll see if he'll probably actually fight back. Still 1 more minute. Let's just finish him. He also has this tower, so we need to take it later with some swordsmen, but I have lots of units here left from the rally points, so that shouldn't be a problem. He has 1 cannon, kinda dangerous, but we'll put our shields up, we'll heal our knights, and we don't really lose anything if we play carefully enough. Actually, I think I will kill the cannon with my archers, even though now they are a little bit more in the back, but there is another cannon now. He's probably still producing. Are just swordsmen, not cannons anymore. Don't know if he has any distresses. A little bit. Nothing too crazy. We have over 30,000 gold. There's like 1,500 wood. Lots of food, but not the most actually. Only 2,500 income. Saying hi YouTube, so seems like one of my viewers, so welcome. And I mean, if you are watching this video, definitely GG. And this should be the end of the game. Yeah, replay just finished. So let's take a look on the results. Finish replay. Here we can see gold mined. We definitely gathered the most gold thanks to the nice map control. 73,200. Also the most lumber. We also trained the most units. Basically twice more than anyone else. So the most skills by far. They lost even less units than the teal player, or actually it looks a little bit more like green here in the lobby, but in game I think it was still a bit more of like a teal color, which is something between green and blue. so I'm not actually sure, but here it definitely looks green. I was calling it teal during the whole game, so whatever you want, but we had simply a little bit less losses. Also, of course, the most buildings, and once again, the most important thing, as I always say, the most neutral kills, which is always associated with map control. But yeah, 33 minutes, a really nice game. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see. I will try to finally get maybe some org gameplay. I'm not saying we'll do it next game. I don't really have anything prepared now, so I need to go play some games. Also, we should get team games pretty soon, so maybe some content from there. We'll see what I can get first, but I'll try to switch it up a little bit so we don't always just spam the same things. But we'll see. I'm not sure yet what will be in the next video. But I hope you enjoyed this game. Thanks for watching and take care, guys.